What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Sanoji and welcome back to another 2S videos. For today's videos, I'm going to focus on talking about my current build right now, which is the Exorcist, Paladin, and Crusader. Yes, this is the magic pattern that you saw in my previous videos for the weekly raid boss for Rexifer. This one is really good, by the way, because it's focused on absorbing damage, tanking, as well as self-healing and AoE healing powers for the whole party. So let me go ahead and break down a few things you need to know about this build. Starting with skill builds. I have maxed out heals, Guardian Insane, 1.2 fakes, and 4.2 cure. Pretty standard, nothing important. And then for the Exorcist, I actually didn't invest any point into it. Kononia right now, it's just in a weird position for Paladin at the moment because you have to position yourself in the battles and cast barrier, and then you have to go back. So it's kind of difficult to use Kononia as well as healing your party. So instead, with the Drawer, it might be better with Kononia because you can drop the grass, heal your whole party, and then go back and spam Kononia. So that's pretty good. So I maxed out Rubik, 1.2 Entity, 1.2 Angatia, maxed out Regulates, as well as Katikazo for a huge AoE damage. Everything is maxed out, by the way. Now another thing is that a lot of people have been asking me about this Dark Rubik, the corruption art for Rubik. So right now, in my opinion, you should only invest 1 point into this. If you maxed out already, that's good because you have that huge extra damage reduction against monster and bosses, and that is really good for singularity as well as in-game contents. But if this is your first time building Exorcist, you might want to just drop into 1 point to get an extra Rubik damage by 25%, and that is really good. So my Rubik right now is 2,939%. I don't have the max enhanced art damage, but I will get that later on in the future update. For the Crusaders, I maxed out my chance, 3.2 maxed out Holy Smash, maxed out Sacred, Condemns, and Protection of the Goddess, as well as the 3 extra skill points for retaliations, which you get from level 445 all the way to 450. Now, another thing you need to get for the Protection of the Goddess is actually the new attributes called these Dispersions. What it does is actually break down the Goddess Protection into 4 hits, and each hit does like 25% damage of the original skill scaling. So that is huge, by the way. You can actually hit 10 mils 4 times with this skill. Alright, onto the Paladins. I maxed out Stone Skin, Conviction, Demolition, as well as Barrier, which is really good, by the way. Stone Skin is actually the most powerful damage reduction skill in the game right now because it reduces up to 31.2% for 30 minutes. And that is extremely good with max attribute and max level 15. You can also use either 2 attributes, which is called the Iron Skin or Magical Aura. Unfortunately, you cannot turn both aura on at the same time, as you can see here. If I turn on the Iron Skin, it's gonna turn off the Magical Aura, and if I turn on Magical Aura, it will turn off Iron Skin. In my opinion, based on my experience, well, I recommend turning on Stone Skin because there are more physical damage compared to magical damage in terms of overall game contents, except for bosses. Some bosses does have a lot of magical damage like Rexifer, Mirtis, Monarchs, etc. Now, onto Conviction. Convictions does a lot of damage to amplifiers for fire, ice, lightning, earth, poison damage. This is really good, by the way, because what you're gonna do, you can actually synergize the skills with Storm or Thunderbolt Art, and that is huge because 30% damage boost is technically free damage. Now, if you have Pyromancer or any other classes in your party, you can actually use this and amplify the damage further, so you can help the CM or Singularity mode even faster. Another thing is that this skill does have a different art attribute, so what it does is actually converting Conviction into a single target damage skills, and it heals based on the 110 of the Conviction skill factor. So technically right now this is 2,734%. If you're gonna divide it by 10 and then multiply by 1, you're gonna get like 274. Yeah, wait, is it 273.4% for a single target healing. So that's really good. That's around 20,000 if you have over 8,000 healing power with the Crusader Vivora. And then for Demolition, Demolition got buffed, by the way. This is actually really good because in the previous version, Demolition does like really low damage, and people only use this for the Demolition stun effect as well as the magic attribute, which is this one right here. So what it does is reduce the damage of Demolition by 50%, but also increase the physical damage for any physical damage classes. So that is extremely good. And then for the barriers, barrier is the most important skills for Paladin at the moment because you need this for Singularity or CM modes, or maybe in the future's raid content as well, like White Race Force. This barrier is really good because it could increase magic defense by 50%. Now, some of the attributes you need to pick up is actually Devotions. What it does is actually increase your physical defense and then inside the barrier, but also absorbing damage for your party member, and that's really good. Keep in mind though, you cannot use the I believe it was yeah, you cannot get the magic defense if you turn on two specific attribute. One of it is might and the other one is religious vigors. Now, might increase physical damage 8% per skill level, so technically with level 5 barrier you have 40%. For religious vigor, it increased 40% magical damage, so that is really good. Same thing with stone skin. You cannot turn two of them on at the same time, so you can only use one. If you're using magic party, I recommend turning on religious vigor. If you're using physical builds, you want to consider using might. And then for another one is actually the holy ground arts for barriers. What it does, it reduces damage taken in barrier by 20% for everybody, but with the barrier devotions, it reduced by 50% for yourself. And that is extremely huge because let's say your party member take like 100,000 damage, right? With the devotion, holy ground, and everything defensive mechanic calculated, you're gonna reduce a lot of damage. So this way you can absorb more damage so your party member doesn't take damage, only yourself. For my equipment, nothing really changed so far except for my storm art. My storm art does 2890% damage for AoE target, which is really good for level 5. Now in the previous versions, it only does 1400% or more at level 5, so which is really bad in terms of damage efficiency. For my accessory, I do have my T10 plus 10 Moringponi crusader face, which give me a lot of crit rate. I have plus 3 Boros of Seal for cleric. Now, the reason why I didn't change my Boros of Seal into the common version because it gives less a crit rate. The only class that might be benefit from the common version is actually Archer because their station effects give evasion. So if you want to change for extra crit rate, most of the Archer classes might want to consider doing that because it gives a lot of crit rate. But if they already have enough crit rate, they don't have to do that. Now for my top, bottom, and glove and boost, I do have my random status inker and con SPR and critical rate, which is really good. I do have my wisdom inker, which give me the extra intelligence, con and SPR, as well as boss damage. The most important status coming out from the wisdom inker is actually con and SPR because these two status are very important for a paladin healer as well as paladin tanking and DPSing. So that's really good. I also want to make sure that my HP is as high as possible. Otherwise, if I try to absorb damage, I'm gonna get one shotted. And that's really bad. So for my weapon is plus 16 scale class 2-hand mace at the moment, and then plus 16 bonded trinkets, which is pretty straightforward, nothing big so far. The new legend weapon might be better, but I'm focusing on getting current state effect at the moment right now, so that's gonna be in the future. And then for appearance is pretty straightforward. I'm using the Paladin costume, the master one, so it's a dark theme right now, as you can see here. I do have the Guillotine Follower armband, which give that dark aura coming out from my catcher, which is really nice by the way. I do have the Exorcist Vertex Bacon in case if I want to switch back to my Exorcist costume. For the card, it's gotta be very situational in my opinions, because for the right one, I recommend getting Centaurus for AoE attacks, so it does affect your Crusader and Paladin skill as well. So let me go here and show you some examples. So for Paladin, it's gonna get more targeted with conviction and demolitions, which is really good. As well as Crusader skill, the majority of Crusader skill is actually affected by the AoE Atk Ratio, which is really nice by the way. My Holy Smash does hit to a target. Another reason why you want to use Paladin because you're getting the extra 5 AoE Atk Ratios coming out from the 2-hand Blood Mastery, which allow Paladin and Crusader to hit more target. So that is really good by the way, because right now my AoE Atk Ratio is around, should be more than 20. There you go, around 20. It's pretty good, it's pretty straightforward, nothing big. And for my enchant status, I do have the AoE Atk Ratios enchant as well, so that is huge plus for a Paladin and Crusader synergy. So back to the card. For the blue card, Zara all the way, you want to get that physical damage as high as possible. Lucia card for extra intelligence. Now if you have a different card that give con status like blood card, you might consider using that too if you're tanking. And then for legend card, for the legend card, it's gonna be modest for that minimum crit chance, and then for the purple card, it's gonna be 1 Gazing Golem along with 2 Spirit Recovery card, which is really nice depending on which kind of content you do. I also recommend picking up 2 Pacific card, and those are the Ferret card. What it does is actually provoke the monster at 10% chance per card. If you have 2 cards, you have 20% chance of provoking monster. So this way you can focus on getting articles, and your party can focus on doing the damage, and your healer don't have to worry about whether they're gonna get targeted or not. Alright boy, we are going to stage 6. Go ahead, just pop the barrier right here, stone skin, everything. I'm gonna take a lot of damage here, look at that. My team is not taking damage by the way, I'm the one who's taking damage. And with the channel, you can heal yourself as well as doing damage as well, so that is supremely good. Go ahead, draw our weapon addicts, and demolition stun every single enemy. That burst though, look at that. Oh man, this is so much damage. I'm gonna enjoy tanking throughout every single contest. Ooh, that's a lot of damage coming in right here. I'm going to drop my weapon addicts, sacred, and condemns. I use retaliation for extra heals. Moth coming out, and then demolition, stunning Moth. I also have the storm art, by the way. This is actually debugged versions, which is really good as well. Look at this damage. Super good. Oh, barrier up. Come on. Yes, got him. Alright. Got the projections. So much burst. Look at this. 1 minute in. We're almost we technically are clearing stage 6. Also, the healer doesn't have any gears. This guy is actually just doing all the statue for us. Quota reduction, everything of that, you name it. We have just permanent stun right here. Wow, that boss is gonna melt it. Yeesh. Alright, stone skins. Gotta wait a little bit. Like get some statue up right here. Nice. Thank you. Alright, bury up. Aqua Benetics, and then condemns. Need to heal really fast before I die. I hope I don't die though. Wow, everything's got super melted. Alright, demolition to stun. Ooh, that's green freeze. What happened here? I believe there was so much lighting on that tart. Alright, got the protections, bury up again. Oh, taking too much damage. And Gatia, same as that right there. It's perfect. Demolition, I need to stun all this mob or I'll die. Oh, nice. The mob stuns. Go ahead, get grace. Rubik, come on, don't die. I need to save all my party. Don't die on me. Nice. Look, this is looking good so far. Alright, Sacred. And Gatia. Got the protection, fully healed, all the damage coming out, and burst down all the monster. That is so good. Alright, extra heals right here, demolitions, stun all the monsters. I gotta keep that in mind because wherever I use demolitions, it's like it's completely stunning the whole screen. Condemns. A Wabenetic with Sacred. Nice, look at that, nobody died. Perfect. We have planned boss. Okay, this guy should be fine. This should be easy. Permanent stun. Ah, the silence. No. Let me put a barrier. Okay, nice. We got a barrier up. I might die here if I take too much damage, though. Sweet. Okay, we got the boss down. That is a little bit long because it was a planned boss and we were having troubles for letting in a critical attack on the bosses. But anyway, so let's see what kind of ranking we get for this one. Alright, boys. Here we go. Let's see what kind of rank we get. Nice. Look at that. Rank 1 right there for DPS, tanking, and healing.